Hello, friends. Welcome in. Welcome to this late stream. It could be Thursday, it could be Friday for you, but welcome in. Let me just double check that things are working. I know that we don't, I know that, yeah, I just need to make sure. It's not gonna be a long stream, but I just need to make sure that things are at least functional. Those are words. You can enjoy this Sega Genesis cover of Lean On. Well, I just double check, but I hope you're doing well. How's your day? What have you been up to? You can tell me that while I get this all set up. It's kind of a jam. And honestly, I kind of like it more than the original song. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. How's it going? Sassy, you were first. Welcome in. Hello, Valk. How are you? It might just end up, by the way, I'll just say this now. It might just end up being just us the rest of the time. I know it's so late for everybody. So I'm not really expecting this to be like a hopped up, you know, like the you know, if this was Jock Jams, the pump up the jams, it's gonna be kind of not that. My day was okay. Did a bit of shopping, played some games, took a nap. Ooh, did you buy anything good? Did you play anything good? Did you nap anything good? I hope all of those things were excellent, my friend. One, in a little bit, we will be opening up a package from Sassy. Sassy sent me a gift to the P.O. box. From Gamer Nostalgia. And so we'll be opening that. But we'll just at least wait a minute. We'll say hello. We'll chat a little bit. But I hope you're all doing good. I hope your days are well. Valk, I hope you're doing excellently. So I just got back from jury duty. It's a lot later than it normally is, and that is because we actually started deliberations today. The Asians, they are being delivered. Gosh, it is one, I can at least tell you guys. I can't tell you obviously very much about any of this, but I can at least tell you who has two thumbs, knows very basic French, and is the foreman of the jury. This moi. I am I'm the foreman, and I'm very excited. Sir Sassy, are lawyers tricksty? Tricksty, what do you mean? Explain that. Sir Sassy, how are you? How's your day? How's it going? Anyway, they did full of tricks. Oh, silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. So they did their closing statements. Closing statements, they take a while. We also had like a couple of witnesses actually that came in as well, but they were like speed running it. They were gamers today. So both sides were like, we're done. But so now the jury has to do this. So they read aloud for us like a 30-something page packet. Occasionally a page would just have one sentence on it, and boy, was that a relief. But they had to read all of it aloud. I was like dying. At that point, I was like, my eyelids, they won't stay open. It was just so much information, and some of the like stuff today was just like I don't know. There was even though we had some witnesses, not a lot was actually like said. So it was just sort of a lot. See, I bought some things for work, storage things for some news center ideas. I worked on coming up with some activities the students could do if they finish their work early. That's so awesome. What did you come up with? it'd be late for you. I thought you were asleep. Sir Sassy, do you need to be asleep? What time do you have to wake up for work? I just finished doing my nails, but my day has been going really well. I'm downloading Baldur's Gate 3, made jalapeno poppers. I love jalapeno poppers from the garden. Yeesh. And I'm chilling out and crafting today. Val, that sounds like an amazing day. Why are you having the best day ever? I've heard so much of Baldur's Gate 3. I watched, really the only person I've seen play it is Iron Pucks. It seems really fun, but it seems like everybody is playing it, which is crazy, and I love that. Also, jalapeno poppers are delicious. Delicious. I have not had them in a bit, especially if you do bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. If you like bacon, if you eat bacon, take a strip of bacon, wrap it around, toothpick, put it on the grill. Delicious. But I haven't had that in a hot minute. So yeah, you do the jalapenos exactly how you would normally, but you just take a wrapped piece of bacon. It is delicious. So good. Anyway, but Sir Sassy, what time do you have to wake up? So I can't tell you much about like what deliberations are like right now or anything, but I will just say, so I'm the foreman. Nobody else wanted to be the foreman, but so someone asked, and I was like, I mean, I'll do it if unless there's somebody else that wants to. And I could immediately tell nobody else wanted to be the foreman. Everyone was like, no, thank you for actually like doing that, because I have no interest in being the person, because I will now be the person who at the end of like, I'll have to announce the verdict, which is, apparently not a lot of people want to do that, but I just kind of wanted to do it for the experience. And I think it's not, less so the part of announcing the verdict, more so kind of leading the talk and sort of like making sure that everyone's heard and all that sort of stuff. But I've been delegating a bunch of like duties, and I will say I am so proud. I am so proud of how everyone is like doing stuff. So once it was like time for us to like deliberate, they brought us all of the exhibits and all that sort of stuff. But they once it was time, somebody was like, so how do we do this? And I was like, well, I have an idea. And I said, I'm more of a visual person. I kind of need to see, like, I need to be looking at something in order for me to sort of like just kind of organize the thoughts. I think it just could be really confusing if we don't have any kind of order, or if it's just written down. Vix, welcome in. Hello. So there were in our room, there was a bunch of sticky notes and a whiteboard, and I say, how about we start off by making a timeline of all of the events of the case, and we like draw the timeline, but we put sticky notes in places of all the events, and so that way we can, like, if we rule something out as being credible, or that it's not credible, we can remove the sticky note. We can sort of like square. Oh my goodness.
Non Terre Plus Ultra.
Jet is streaming at a time when I'm neither asleep or too busy. Is this real life?
Or is this just fantasy? Square, thank you so much for the 1 year. Thank you for being a Prime gamer, my friend. Square, how are you? Everybody, you should go follow Square, because we love Square, even though I don't know if he's gonna stream again, but I sure do hope so. I sure do believe he's an Aussie Lego streamer, was playing Tears of the Kingdom the last time. It was a couple of months ago. Never streaming again? We don't know that. We don't know that. So you know what? Now I'm just an Aussie Lego. Now, you see, then it's fine. Just go follow him then, because it doesn't matter. If he's not gonna stream again, you might as well follow him, because it doesn't matter. So just go follow him and subscribe. Subscribe while you're over there. He has awesome emotes. can't stop me. Square, you will quickly find out that, like with most of my friends, I am both an excellent friend and also their worst enemy. Yeah, just deal with that. But welcome in, Square. I was telling everyone about, I'm on a jury duty, I'm on a jury, but I'm doing jury duty, and today was our first day of deliberation, so I was kind of telling people what we've done. Not very specifically, but I'm very proud because I'm the foreman, and so people were like, "Yeah, what do we do? Like, how do we do this thing?" And I was like, "Here's my idea. Because we have a whiteboard, we have some sticky notes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a timeline on the whiteboard, and we're gonna use sticky notes to indicate all of the big events, or like all that we know of, whether they make sense or not." We're just going to put them all up on the board so then we can start ruling things out as we go through all the court stuff, all the like case stuff. I gave one person the duty of being the whiteboard person, and then one person being the person who's like writing all of the sticky notes. And we've just been kind of like going through it all. And it's going so smoothly, and like we're covering a lot, and we're making sure. I think there's only been a couple times that people have started like talking over each other. So it's my only real responsibility has been that I am in charge of all of the exhibits and making sure that they all stay where they're supposed to, and then just making sure that like if people have questions that they get to ask those questions, and everyone gets a chance to speak and all of that. So I'm honestly, that was a blast. Zona, welcome in. How are you? Jet Set Radio, Paul, how are you? Wait, Darcy got called to jury duty but got out of it because we're interstate at a wedding that day. Oh, it's a good excuse. Good excuse. Very convenient that you would have two of your friends marry just so you get out of jury duty. Amazing. You can only speak if you have the rubber chicken. I actually I thought about making a joke like that, but I decided not to. It sounds like you guys have your yeah. It's Val. It honestly, it has felt very good, and like it's super smooth. And at some point, I like towards the end, I was like, we're not done. We're going back tomorrow. I will say, luckily, it is a half day. The courthouse closes at noon, and so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna come back. I have to do some work when I come back, and then we're gonna stream after that. So luckily it won't be too bad. But towards the end of the day, I said, by the way, I think we're doing like a really good job of like making sure we're going over all the evidence, and giving things like a fair like look at all of it. And I've also been super happy because there have been other jurors who have been like, even though I am sort of leaning this way, like one way or the other, we should look at the evidence from this point of view and double check that we're not just, biased or anything. Like we need to look at all this other stuff. So we've been doing that too. But I said, by the way, I think we're doing like a really good job. Like I feel like we're doing a really good job of all this. And a couple of the other jurors said, yeah, this has actually been really good. I think we're doing a really good job with this. And somebody was like, I was on a jury like many years ago, and we definitely didn't do anything like this. It was kind of a mess and like kind of disorganized and whatever. And so everyone seems to be like really positive about this so far. And so I'm like, that is so nice. I feel so good. So I'm like really glad that I got to be the foreman and kind of, I don't know, set the tone for it. But I'm really not doing much of anything besides just facilitating and just making sure that people are like being heard. I've been chiming in whenever I feel like something that has not already been said should be said, because that's also the danger is like in these types of situations is people will just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. There have been a couple of times where I've had to be like, all right, I think we've like gotten this point. Like, let's maybe like show of hands. Are we all on the same page? Because what was happening is Gilmore, welcome in. What was happening is we were all on the same page, but we were going in circles. Like, we just kept going in circles, agreeing with each other, right? And that can be, that can just like kill a meeting. Like, eventually just get so tiring. So I was like, yeah, let's. I think we've got this. Like, let's just show of hands. Like, where's everyone on this topic? And and. So I've just been doing that. I delegated so much of the like stuff. I'm not like having to, I'm not doing the whiteboard or like the sticky notes or anything. I'm just kind of, I'll just toss out a question every once in a while sometimes just to get people thinking about something. But it's been so good. Can I just be a foreman? But not like a construction foreman. Can I just be like is that a job I can have? Because I'm having a blast. I mean, maybe part of it is also like stream is kind of just me facilitating stuff anyways, like conversation and whatever. So maybe, I don't know, it just feels natural. I honestly can't think of a better person to be the foreman. It's been super fun. It's been super, super fun. Square says, I'm in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene Discord for our town, and one of the guys in it is 21 years old. That is a full-grown adult. Has existed on this green earth for 21 human years, and he posted in the Discord saying, what is a jury? And had never heard of jury duty until he got called to it. What? Square, that is so bizarre. That honestly doesn't make sense. Like law stuff is in everything. Like, it's in comics, it's in video games, it's in anime. Like, there's like juries exist in like so many different mediums. How does he just not know? I don't get that. All those detective cases needing to organize all the information. Actually, and so that's my idea initially for the timeline, and like the sticky notes was sort of like the detective board, with cork boards and like push pins and all that kind of stuff. Random strings going everywhere. I was just sort of like, I think if we have like physical cards or like sticky notes, we can easily kind of move them around or get rid of them or whatever. It's easier if we do it that way. And I think if we looked at everything in a timeline format, that's something that makes sense to me, and would probably help, so that if we can all look at a timeline, one, we can all say if we agree or disagree with the timeline, and then make adjustments, see where we're all at, and then, yeah, anyway, I've been in the zone. I'm like loving it. I was super energized by how well that ran. So it's just that's been super nice today. I love it. How do these people survive life? I don't know. Square, I told a story about someone the other day who didn't know that gas went in cars. So, we also have the funniest juror in the history of the U.S. Actually, I mean, I have been telling them jokes, and last time I got a really good laugh at them. Or, not at them. They laughed at one of my jokes. Like, uproarious. That is how you would describe the laughter in the room. Like, it echoed. I had to cover my ears due to how terrifying the rumble of the echoes were. That's an exaggeration, but I did get a really good laugh at them, or with them, from them. But Gilmore, how are you? What have you been up to? If you keep up the good work, you'll be a five in no time. Sort of sassy. That's hilarious. Can I just be a grill? That's what I want. Foreman grill. He proceeded to freak out that he would lose his job if he had to take time off to attend. Oh, this poor guy. I admit there's a lot I don't know, but I do at least know what a jury is. Huh? Gas goes in cars? I thought it came out of people. I got PTSD from how much laughter there was. Jet, probably. And everyone clapped. The short story, Square, was that someone that I met, like an acquaintance, like she was friends with some of my friends, we were all talking about embarrassing stories, and she said that her first year of college, like the first week of college, her car stopped working, so she was on the side of the road. She called her boyfriend and was like, something's wrong with my car. And so he came over and like came and like checked the car, popped the hood, checked the tires and everything. He like turned on the car and noticed that the gas was on empty. And so he was like, when was the last time you put gas in your car? And she was like, why would I put gas in my car? And he was like, what are you talking about? And he had to explain to her that you have to fuel up your car. And we were all like, what? That doesn't make sense. We're like, what did you think gas stations were? And she was like, I just thought they were like roadside convenience. Because basically, she said that every time she was like with her family, if they were on a road trip or something, whenever they would stop at a gas station, she would go inside to get snacks. She never stayed in the car. And so she just thought that you would stop there to like every time. Yes. So like she never, like her parents never taught her how to put gas in her car. They never like showed her, taught her anything like that. She just didn't know. This person is driving. Yeah, that feels very dangerous. Agreed. I was like, I mean, I think my reaction was like, you must come from like just an incredibly wealthy family. Like, I can't even imagine. That just doesn't feel real to me. I mean, I feel like there are plenty of rich people who have pumped their own gas, but like, I feel like to never have pumped your own gas is like some kind of wealth that I do not have, and will probably never have. But I got PTSD for how much laughter there was. Jet, probably. The court next door had to shush you. But no, I did tell a very good joke. What was my joke? My joke was... Oh. Look, you guys will definitely laugh at this. I said that I heard about another... Well, okay, so I will say this time, they knew that a joke was coming. And so when I set it up, they already started to chuckle. I already had them at the setup. So that just shows how much I have like, that just shows how much Stockholm Syndrome has played in on this, during the weeks of jury duty that we've had. But I said, oh, in the elevator, I heard about, that there was one of the other courtrooms has a defendant that's trapped inside of a penny, and they all kind of started to chuckle already. And then I said, yeah, he's innocent. And they laughed so hard, like you don't even like, again, it was uproarious is the only way I can describe it. Like, it was so loud that after they laughed, I was like, wow, that like really landed. I was not expecting. I was like, I thought it was a funny joke, but I didn't realize that you guys were gonna like it that much. But they lost it. Let's see. You had asked what activities. Yes, I was making for my classroom. I found some wooden multiplication boards, so the students have to match the question to the answer. It's the full 100 questions, so it should take them a minimum of 5 minutes to match them if they know all their facts really well. I'm also planning on putting together some math challenge pages for them to work on, like a Sudoku or logic puzzles. I have dry erase flashcards for both multiplication and division facts. That's awesome. That sounds super cool. I'm trying to come up with a bunch of things they can do that don't require a computer. That's awesome, Sassy. I feel like they're gonna really enjoy that. I think they're gonna love that. That sure is something. Crime isn't funny, and we were laughing, so clearly no crime was committed. Case closed. Had she never been in a car while it got filled up before? Every time, this person's driving. Yeah, my mind went to wealth as well. Yeah, she was fairly, like, I could tell she was fairly well off. How do you pass a test and not find out? What did they think the pumps are? I mean, money, I guess. Again, I don't know. It just keeps going back to money. Jet is the court jester. Actually true. I should make a joke about that. You poor traumatized soul. Wait, why? Because of my jokes? Look. They're hilarious. Also, for those that missed, because there are some people here who weren't here yesterday, I'll just briefly... traumatized by intense volume of laughter. It's true. It is very traumatizing when someone laughs at your joke and they think you're funny. Yesterday, for those who didn't hear the story, just as a very quick aside, yesterday was quite a day because the day before I actually had to report several jurors to the judge for talking about the case and like already discussing basically how they were going to vote, which you're not supposed to do, especially when the case is not over. So I called and reported them, and so that was 2 days ago. They told me, hey, tomorrow, can you come in before everyone else shows up? We need to, like, we basically need to have you talk to the judge and the attorneys and whatever. And I said, yes, absolutely, I will be there. I was absolutely not there. I slept in, my alarms, I think I put my phone in focus mode, and so I didn't hear any of the alarms. They also started to call me when I was late. I woke up like an hour and a half later. They started to call me, but of course, because my phone was on focus, all of the phone calls were just like, they just went through silenced. When I woke up to like light hitting my face, I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And so I checked my phone, I see I'm missing calls. They left messages each time. And I just very quickly, I wasn't even really paying attention. I just called the last number that had called me. And I'm expecting to hear the clerk, who's this woman who I've been talking to, but instead, when the phone is answered, it's this man's voice, and he kind of says something really fast and mumbly, and he just says, may I speak to Jet? And I say, kind of confused, I was like, wait, who is this? And he asked again, he was like, may I speak to Jet? And I was like, I'm sorry, I just woke up, I'm kind of confused. Who am I talking to? Could you introduce yourself again? And he was like, this is Alaska State Trooper so-and-so. I have been tasked to do a wellness check for Jet. I am on my way to the residence. May I speak to, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, it's me. Hello, it's me. I'm the problem. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to be at the courthouse, but I overslept. I missed all of my alarms. I'm fine. I don't know what to do. I need to call the courthouse now and tell them that everything is fine. I am so sorry. And so he was on his way. Luckily, I was able to call in time. But I then called the office and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I completely overslept. I know this looks so bad. Like, because imagine this scenario. I had just reported some people for something kind of serious. I then do not show up the next morning. There's only a couple of scenarios that could be. Either I've been murdered. That's scenario one. I am dead now. Two, maybe I lied or I regret coming forward or whatever. And so I am now having second thoughts and I'm like, running away. I'm on the lam. And so they said that they were just wanted to make sure I was not in a car wreck, but I don't know. I think it looked very suspicious. Regardless, the situation looks awful. They asked me to come in early. I was like, I'll even be there earlier. They show up an hour and a half later. They haven't heard from me, but I called them anyway. But when I got to the courthouse yesterday, they brought me into the courtroom. They put me through like this side door, got me to the courtroom, asked me some questions about what I had reported. And then at the end, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I slept in. And they were like, it's fine. It happens. And I was like, I know the timing looks so bad. I am so sorry. But But overall, it actually ended up being pretty good. It was kind of affirming. They said that I did the right thing by coming forward with this information about the jurors that were talking. Afterwards, I get put back into the jurors room, and they're all like, "Oh my gosh, where have you been?" And so I told them about me being late. I did not tell them about me like having reported the people, but they told me. I was like, because I thought that they just continued without me, because one of the times that I had called, they said they're currently on the record right now, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna get excused, or they're gonna arrest me or something. I don't know how this works. It turned out that they had actually all morning long they had been interviewing each juror one by one. So they had been calling one by one all of them into the courtroom to ask them questions about, have they been talking about the case like with each other? Have they heard any of the other jurors give their opinion on how they were going to vote, all that sort of stuff. So it ended up being like super intense yesterday. But anyway, today's been a much better day. I did wonder though, if once the judge and all of them figure out that I'm the foreman, I wonder if they're going to be like, why is this guy doing everything? Why is he's the foreman, and he's also the person that came forward the other day. Why is he doing so much? But honestly, it's part of it is honestly because I love the show Veronica Mars, and there's an episode where she was the foreman, and I was like, you know what? One day I want to be the foreman. So take that. Oh, I know, right? I get traumatized if people think I'm funny. That's not true. When they leave you messages, you know it's bad. Yeah, it was real bad. Hello, it's me. I'm the problem. All-time quote. Yeah. I didn't realize they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. So it was like, I mean, you typically do a wellness check if you haven't like heard from someone for a while and you think they might be in danger, right? He had one foot out the door when I'm sure he was in his car. I bet. Unfortunately, I need to go now for an appointment. Square, it was so good to see you. I hope you have an excellent evening or day. I hope you have a good one. My friend, have a good one. So good to see you. I love seeing the Jesse Cox emotes in chat. So I just know I love you. No one else heard that. Ooh. One of my favorite emotes, by the way. Still, I thought about just tipping more bits in your channel just so I could get it eventually. I'm just waiting for your next stream. Yeah, no, they thought your jury friends had... Yeah, exactly. It seems very suspicious. Like, I don't know. That would have been my thought, is like someone Jet got. You've been preparing for this all your life. I really have. I mean, honestly though, it's been super great. And to be fair, I also would not have volunteered to be the foreman if I didn't think I could do it. So I kind of already knew. I think I can, I've been in like group meetings before. I've been in terrible group meetings before. And I kind of have learned how to have and like facilitate meetings, so I don't know. By the way, everyone, thank you so much for being here. It's so much later than we normally stream, so I honestly thought it was just going to be sassy for most of this. So thank you for even if you guys have to go, just appreciate you guys stopping and saying hello. It's not going to be a very long stream. I wanted to just kind of say hello and hang out for like maybe a couple of hours or something. The idea of jury duty scares the crap out of me, TBH. Really? Why is that? Why is that? Also, we need to open Sassy's gift. We can do that here in just a couple of minutes. But I'm very excited to see what it is. Wait, were we talking about the case? Blue Feather, hello. We were kind of just about me making a big oopsie, but also me kind of rocking being a foreman right now without details. But I'm the foreman, and I came up with like I don't know if how long you've been here, but I came up with a plan for how to like discuss all the information of the case, and it's been going so well. Like the other jurors are like, I've been in a jury before and it's never run this smooth, and I'm like, yes. I kind of just thought, I mean, I kind of thought the idea would be helpful, mainly just for me, and I thought, well, maybe if other people are like visual people, having like a timeline would be helpful. It seems like everyone has like, they're like, this is a fantastic way to like organize the information and let us kind of systematically go by everything. My fear was that it was going to be like, if you don't have like any kind of agenda, sort of like, and by that I mean like an itinerary of what you guys need to talk about and in what order and all that sort of stuff, it can get confusing real fast because everyone else has their own thoughts of what's the most important things. And so if you can streamline the information and say, let's go by some order, in this case we're taking like a timeline approach, we can now talk about each thing one by one in a specific order. Or if we talk out of order, we're not like super lost because we can still look at the timeline, I feel like. I don't know. It's been nice. I don't like group situations, but I also think I'd be terrible at deciding the fate of someone like that, and I'd hugely overthink it. Well, I feel like, you know, having that fear isn't necessarily a bad thing, like, because you want to be careful, and you want people who are going to realize that it's like a big deal, and so you just kind of want to, I don't know, give it the right weight, I guess, if that makes sense, like the right emphasis. So I feel like having just like a healthy, I want to make sure I'm doing this right and whatever, and you know, because we are like the one of the jurors today said something to the effect of like, we need to make sure we examine everything and look at everything because we are deciding someone's fate, essentially. We're affecting a lot of people in that room by our decision, and so we need to make sure that we're you know, at least looking at everything. And I don't know, I feel like if you've played Ace Attorney and you can, you know, or like any kind of thing where you have to look at clues or something and put something together, I feel like that can be helpful because it's just sort of like you're not having to find clues, but you at least need to just be able to sort information, I guess. So I don't know, it helps. Have you seen the movie 12 Angry Men? I have, but a super long time ago. But I've been thinking about it during this. I actually meant to watch it right before me starting jury duty, but it's a good classic movie. And actually, so the Veronica Mars episode that I mentioned where she's the foreman, it's called One Angry Veronica, which is it's supposed to be like a reference to 12 Angry Men. But that's how I approach life, to be honest. I need to be sure I'm doing this right, then proceeds to overthink every detail. Well, yeah, I guess overthinking can be bad when there's like no follow-through action, but I don't think taking your time to think over something it's not bad. I know, I really should. I would love to watch it. I also want to watch Jury Duty. Apparently, people keep telling me I need to watch it, which I think is on Netflix. Now that's a movie I haven't seen in forever. Yeah, it's a super old movie. I think I would absolutely love it though. I think I absolutely. I think I mentioned this a while back. I did mock trial growing up. I think at the start of Jury Duty I mentioned this, but I did mock trial growing up, and so it's just been a very fascinating experience, kind of seeing it for realsies, and like, I don't know, just kind of having a better understanding of like how everything works, and I don't know, it's just neat. I like it. I don't think I could have ever gone into law, but I just think it's very fascinating. Lots of like, you know, there are lots of objections and conjecture and or they say that, not that there is a lot of conjecture, but they'll say like, or objection, question and answer, and then she'll be like, sustained. Though I think I can say this, but yesterday it was there was like a funny moment, sort of. It was a funny moment in a not funny way, but a witness called out objection, and the judge was like, "You can't do that." And I was like, "That is kind of hilarious in its own way," but I appreciate the gusto that it took to for as a witness being like, objection. I can't remember even what they said the objection was, but it just made me laugh. Gosh. So anyway, I don't know if I might have to go back in on Monday also. I'm not really sure how tomorrow is going to work. Did the bailiff sustain it? Nah. Nah. He knows what he's doing. Tomorrow the courthouse is only open till like noon. And so I really don't know how some of this stuff works. If we get done tomorrow, would we even have time to go in, or would they just be like, we don't have enough time to like round everybody up, so we're gonna need to like just meet up on Monday? So I really don't know. But tomorrow we do have a big announcement. FYI, we're gonna have a stream. There's gonna be a big announcement. You should be here for the big announcement, because it'll be fun. I think you guys are gonna like it. I think it will be fun and exciting. So yeah, I hope I see you guys there. It'll be big. It will be big. Big announcement. But anyway, friends, would you like to see the gift that Sassy sent me? For those that don't know, we have a P.O. box. It's in the Discord under stream info. It also might be... Wait, do I have it? I do. That's like the normal address. If you need the street address of some things don't get shipped to PO boxes, but there's another address that goes to the same box that you can use if you don't have if you don't want the thing. But I'll try my hardest to be here. You stream late for me now, but I'll try. It will be starting somewhere earlier, but not as late. Yeah, we'll see. It kind of depends. Jury duty has kind of thrown things for a loop, but I think we will. By the way, I do think we're gonna start doing like 2 days a week are going to be kind of later streams, and then 3 days will be kind of like the typical time. So just FYI, I'm kind of working that out, but I think it's going to be like at least 2 days a week are going to be kind of later streams. That just works for me currently with some work stuff that I'm going to be doing. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so anyway, if you guys don't know, we have a PO box. So if you would like to send anything, there it is. But Sassy sent me something. She actually sent it to me a bit ago, and then apparently the person did not put the box number on the address. They only shipped it to the post office, and so it got sent back to them, and then they sent it again with the correct label. But would you guys like to see first a lovely shiny box? You can see that it's like, oh, well, this is green. But lovely shiny box. We've got, look at the gold letters. By the way, Sassy, are you here? I need to make sure you're here, because I haven't heard you say something, so I want to make sure that you're here for this, because that would be bad. Of course. Okay. When you said other address before, I full on thought you were giving it. No. There's another address that it's basically so like some for whatever reason, like even sometimes Amazon, depending on the product, will be like, we can't ship this to a PO box. So the way it works is the post office just puts their street address, and then you add the box number to it, and it can just get shipped there anyway. So it's like, it's super weird, but it's like a workaround, I guess, that the post office has done. I'm always here. I have stream open all the time, even when you're not live. Sassy, I appreciate it. I just wanted to make sure you were like ready for your present to be open. Because if I opened it and you were not, that would probably be upsetting. But all right, I have no idea what it is. Sassy has not given me any clues. I think she just said I would like it. That's about it. And that she was excited for me to see it. So it literally could be anything. Okay. I think that's the only tape. Okay. The box is being opened. Okay, hold on. Can't see anything. Handcrafted nostalgia, a card. We have another box. It's a box of weasels. Ah! Okay. We have another box and some bubble wrap. Guess we shall see. Oh my goodness! Sassy, this is so cool. Wait, oh my goodness. This is awesome. Guys, this is awesome. Oh, look, I can you, it's like a diorama. It's Super Mario RPG. The like cover of the box art. But it's like 3-dimensional. Look at that. Can you see that? Look at this. This is so cool. Sassy! This is amazing. I love this. And I'm so excited because I can't wait to play the remake of this game, which comes out very, very soon. That's really cute. Yeah, look. It's not going to be in focus. I can try. And then I'm never going to get my camera in focus again. Hold on. You can kind of see it. Look at that. That is amazing. Oh, you can see my camera. I love that so much. Sassy, this is so cool. I can't wait to put this on like my shelf. I also will be sending a picture to Gizmo. Just to say, hey. I have the best RPG, the best Mario RPG merch. Happy belated stream anniversary, Sassy. Thank you so much. This is so kind of you. You did not have to do this, and I love it. That's crazy. It looks like it kind of looks like the shapes are 3D printed, and then some kind of paper is like put onto it, because the characters are like, they have a thickness to them, but it's very clearly like made. Maybe like a, I don't know if like a CNC printer? No. What are those called? You know, the laser things? I wonder if that's kind of how they do it. Instead of like a 3D printed thing. It came out so good. Yeah, guys, this is amazing. This is like, hold on. I should find a picture. So you guys can compare it. Hold on. Okay, so I guess that's not the cover, but it's very similar to the cover. But it's when it must be when they go. You have the full team, and they're like about to go to the boss. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Maybe if I search for Super Mario RPG. Wait, is that it? No, that's at the very beginning. Key art, maybe. I wonder if I can find it this way. Maybe if I search for castle. Oh, so close. I'll have to find the picture of it. There's a part in the game where they're all on the cliffside looking up at the castle ahead. It happens at the beginning where it's just Mario, and then you go back. Actually, I think you go back a couple of times, but you go back as a full team right before, I think, the last level. And so they're all standing there, but I can't find an image of it. But I love this. Sassy, this is amazing. This looks so, so good. In case, again, like you can kind of see how this is set up. So it's like they've got the cliff that they're on over here. And then, I don't know, that's just so cool. I love this. That makes me so happy. Yeah, it's so good. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to put this on my shelf after this because this looks so nice. I love it. I'm actually trying to get like a shelf for over here. You guys can't see it. It's just for me though. But I was thinking about putting the map you guys gave me for the stream anniversary up here with a shelf, and then maybe I could put a couple of things on here as well. So this would be nice to put there. I just need to get. I need to see. I've never done this before. I need to see if I go to like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, if they will cut a board for me. If I like purchase a board, will they cut it for me? Because I have like attachments to just put a board up on the wall, but I need something sort of like cut, I guess, because I don't have a way to like do any kind of thing like that. But I think it'd be dope to put that there, and then I can maybe even put my Switch on the shelf as well, so that way it kind of clears up my desk a bit. But I would like to do that. And maybe I feel like that would go perfectly on a shelf like that. You talked about doing a shelf reveal discussion on the Patreons. I'd be so interested to see what else you have on the shelf. Yeah, I actually recorded it, and I am just sort of in the middle of editing it. So if I post it, that might not be there yet, but you'll see then what shelf I was talking about. But I kind of want a new shelf. And if I have a new shelf, then I can take a picture of that. Because I want to hang up the map you guys sent me over here. So that way I can just kind of very easily look at it. Because it's awesome. For those who don't know, for my stream anniversary, my community bought me like a scratch-off map. Where typically it's used to, like, as you travel to different places, you scratch off a country or a state or whatever. And the part that you scratch off now is like super colorful. So they sent me a map, but it has countries and states scratched off, but there are arrows with viewer names there pointing to like where they're from. And it's super sweet, and I love it. And so I think I kind of want to have it. I want to have it nearby, so I can just I can look at it anytime. But Sassy, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Let me go ahead and... What did I do? Wait. So you never forget where your community is from. Yeah, I feel like that is amazing. I love it. It's such a sweet gift. Hold on. Let me say thank you with a fist bump, Sassy. Thank you so much for sending me this. You did not have to. I love it. I absolutely love it, though. Sassy and friends, if you would like a fist bump, please go ahead and punch your screen on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wabam. Thank you so much, Sassy. Thank you very much. But gosh, what else has been going on? Friends, anything fun, anything exciting, anything? You're very welcome. Thank you. One, by the way, I know it's getting late for everybody. We won't be on for like super long. I wanted to at least say hello and hang out and everything. So again, I know it's late for all of you, so appreciate, or for most of you. So I appreciate you just being here and hanging out, lounging with me. Again, I thought it was just going to be me and Sassy, so I figure... So anybody, whether you're lurking or hanging or whatever, thank you for just hanging out. Well, we can play a little bit of Powerwash Sim and keep talking, if you guys are down. Just so that we do something. Anyway, yeah, today's been an eventful day, and it's been a very good day so far. I got to be the foreman. I got a great gift from Sassy. Other stuff. Got a big announcement tomorrow. It's just everything is coming up Millhouse, you know? Also, why is this so delayed? Hello? Hello? Okay, there we go. Pucks! Wait, just letting you know, I've been lurking the whole time, just been on phone calls. Pucks! Thank you so much for the lurk. We love you. Friends, if you don't know Pucks, you should, because he's awesome. We love Pucks. Please go drop him a follow. He just hit 100 followers yesterday, I believe it was. So congratulate him with some more follows and subscribe. But he's awesome. We've loved, I've loved hanging out with him, and you will too. If you like this at all, you're gonna leave here permanently, because you're gonna be like, nah, it's just so much better over at Pux's. So please go over there and leave me. He's awesome. So he's been playing a whole bunch of stuff. He plays everything from super cozy games like Stardew, or he was playing Slime Rancher 2. He was playing what was that farm game? He plays a lot of different like Sims. He does like a Song of Seasons and that kind of stuff. But there was another game you tried out. I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, Stardew. No. It was I think it was an early access game. I can't remember. But he tries a lot of cozy stuff. He also will then occasionally play some super high intensity stuff. He was playing 6 Days in Fallujah. He played Ready or Not last night for a little bit, and whatever. So he's a variety streamer, lots of variety, lots of good stuff. I will do everything in my power to both to get him on this stream, because yeah, he's just amazing. He's just, I don't know. I love you. Nobody heard that. I love those diorama pieces. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Pucks has this amazing, like, devil Psyduck. It's incredible. It looks like a Pokemon card, but like 3-dimensional. And so it has like kind of a spot on the inside that, where like it uses layers of paper or something to, make that super cool. I had a friend from elementary school reach out to me right before my wedding, and she sent me a similar thing to the map Emma sent you. The one she got me was a start chart for the exact same time Mr. Panda and I got married, so it shows the a star chart. So it shows the constellations that were overhead at the exact time on our wedding day. I hadn't really spoken to this around 20 years. It was such a nice gift to have. That's amazing. Sassy, I love that idea too. I don't remember it either, but definitely some Stardew. Only when I've got friends to help me with the watering. He does love having farm hands. But hold on, I can figure it out. The farm game you were playing was called. Wait for it. Wait for it. It was called. Wait for it. Fabledom. It was called Fabledom, right? Because it had to do. You had to choose like, you were a prince, and then you had to manage like taxes and all this other stuff. But it's like a, it's in early access right now. It looks like it will maybe eventually have some kind of like defense like system where you need to defend from people coming in. But it's called Fabledom. Yeah, watering is the worst. That's an awesome gift. I don't want to work. I just want to chat with people. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't want to work. I just want to chat with people. Multitasking is not my thing. You see, Pux is also a great conversationalist. And so, like, when you're in his chat, when you're in his stream, he'll be chatting with you, and it will flow so well. He's awesome at it. You go over there. Go over there now. Unfollow here. I have found you a new home. For a second, I thought you were talking about the side duck I gave you. The green screen made it look quite demonic. No, that was funny though. Didn't we say it looked like a Five Nights at Freddy's character? Fabledom was literally 2 days ago. I don't know how I forgot. Yeah, I kind of forgot the name too, but it makes sense now if I remember that it's like kind of telling a story. The narrator was really funny, I thought. How little it takes to make a side duck demonic, yeah. But no, everybody. I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true. Please go follow Pux because he's amazing. He's a great streamer. He's just starting out, and it's kind of crazy that he's just starting out because he's so good at it. I will not unfollow you. Thanks for the suggestion, but no. Well, you can at least follow at least part of my suggestion, which is to go follow him because he's amazing. We love Pux. I love Pux anyway. Yeah, you'll go over there and you'll be like, wow, he's just started? That's so weird. It feels so polished because it is. He's working on so much stuff though. He's like expanding so much. He's adding so many things to his stream. It's inspiring me and pushing me to add more. He's awesome. So anyway, I will stop. I'll stop now. I promise. But I just, again, if you need, here, I'll do this just because I feel like you guys need this. Boom. There you go. One more link there. Let us go over. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, I can do this. Hold on. Wait for it. I just need to move the follow thing. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. All right. Let's get. We were on the very last level, and we're not going to finish this today. This is more of just so that I'm doing something on the screen while we continue talking. So we can keep chatting. But I'm going to be cleaning a couple of things. Unrelated to deflect all of Jet's kindness, but a few minutes into that Palia game, have you ever anyone else seen it? It's so cozy, holy moly. I actually have seen a little bit. Dex Bonus actually got like early access to it, and so I watched a bit. It seems really interesting. It kind of feels like I will say it looks like it took a while to get to like. Well, I watched her for a few hours, and she didn't start growing things yet. So it must, I feel like it's probably where the MMO part of it takes place. For those who don't know, Palia is like a Stardew MMO. I think you can even romance NPCs, but you can play with a bunch of people. It looks really good though. It looks very fun. It looks like they've done like a really good job with the game. But I was like, wow, I feel like it's taking a while for them to like get to the like farming. But maybe that was just how she was playing, or like, I don't know. As hard as you try, Jet, you will not remove yourself from the #1 slot in my list of favorites. You say that now. You say that now, but just you wait. Just you wait. Look, there's plenty of time to disappoint. We have many years ahead, many years of disappointingness is just around the corner. I've been following it for maybe a year, but I'm a dumb man who forgot to sign up for the betas. No. But it's now open. It's now open beta, right? So, or did it release? He says 4th favorite, but he's delusional. No, I know my place. I know my place. It's fine. Oh wait, this is already clean. I know my place, and that's okay. And we are 4th favorite material. And I can be people's first 4th favorite, you know. I think that's fine. I'm okay with it. It does not speak to my value or anything. I know my place. I don't know. The other 3 slots are up for grabs, but I'm pretty sure the number 1 slot is permanently taken. Again, if I can't convince you guys that there are better streamers, then I am just not doing a good enough job. Then I haven't done a good enough job in my advertising of other people's streams, because we have like amazing streamers that we know, and they are much better than me. So you guys, I mean, I appreciate it, but you know, let's be for realsies. Let's be for real. Not that it's a competition, but I'm losing. That's a joke. I feel like I'm gonna make everyone mad. I'm joking, for the record. At least in terms of my extreme. I do enjoy being a little self-deprecating, because it's just more fun that way. Because I can deal with things a lot better that way. I think it's open beta now, but there's no more wipes, so everything you do is for keepsies. Oh, that's good. Oh gosh, yeah, that's got to be terrible. I didn't even think about them doing like server wipes. I would not want to start until I'm like, all right, we're good, right? We're good, right? Unless it was like a Lord of the Rings MMO, then maybe I could be. You take the top 4 spots. Not true. Not if I can help it. Not if I can help it. You're my 2nd favorite, but I'm pretty certain you're okay with who beats you. Absolutely. Because Square is one of my favorites. So I totally get that. I totally get that. He's awesome. I love Square. Another Aussie. I don't know. I just want to be friends with all of the Aussies, to be honest. All of them. Not even just streamers, but just all of them. Anyway. But I hope you enjoy Palia. I hope it's a lot of fun. Did you, okay, because it has a character creator. Did you do anything fun? Did you make yourself? Can you have a mustache? I guess it all depends on what you consider worthy of that top slot. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm here for the cozy chats, and I find your stream to be the coziest, and I get to be the chattiest in it. I do appreciate that, Sassy. But yeah, I realize everyone has their own taste and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. But thank you. I do, and I'm glad. Regardless, I mean, again, it's not really like a who's in first type of thing, anyways. But just know that I do appreciate you guys just being here and hanging out. That's really what it comes down to. So yeah. So thank you. Will that stop my self-deprecation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's just a part of me at this point. It's how I deal. So that's how I deal. He could never stream again and he'd still be my favorite. I know. I'm trying to get him to stream again because he's just the best. It's all wait, and that slot is all a numbers game anyway, and you know how much I love math. True. You do love Absolutely no mustaches to be had. Utterly devastated. I've rolled with some short shorts and a nice loose breezy robe shirt. Life is good. That feels very on brand. So that makes sense. I honestly, you know, and Pucks, I feel like you can relate to this, but I absolutely hate it when, and I feel like cozy games do this a lot, where your character is always kind of a child, and so they can never have like facial hair, and it makes me mad. Like, I feel like there was a game we tried to play recently. Oh, Everdream Valley, which was good. I really liked it. We kind of just fell off the game, but I was like, why can't I have a beard? I just want my character to have a beard so he looks like me. Any beard, really. It doesn't even have to be as like full or anything. I'll accept it. And they just don't. And that's kind of like Animal Crossing. You can't naturally have facial hair. Once they added the pirate beard, I remember asking desperately for someone to help me find it, so that way I could have a beard that actually looked like mine. They had like a little short beard, but the pirate beard is like a fake beard on the character. Like it looks flat when you're looking at him from the side, but it looks more like my beard, and so I was like, I need this. I need someone to find it. And ever since that point, I pretty much never took it off my character. We need more beards in cozy games. Why can't we have beards in cozy games? Riddle me that. You should have been in my stream. Wait. Oh yeah, you should have been in my stream earlier last night when some NASA guy rolled into chat, posed math problems. True. I think I responded to that with that email because I was like, what? What is happening? That's the thing with Just Chats, is you legitimately never know who will pop in. Yeah, you just get the most random people who are like, I've got this for you. Gosh. Also, Pucks had another art bot person come into the chat, and this time though, I didn't say anything this time because I didn't want to be obnoxious, but I did. Pucks knew what I was communicating. He knew, but I just posted this in his chat. I did this emote, which is one of my favorites. It's the Duke Suffer emote. I just did that, and I could tell Pucks knew what I was thinking, and he was like, I think I just said, if you know, you know, and he was like, oh, I know. Oh, I know. And I was like, I hate that though. I hate that. I have to head off. Sorry I wasn't here for long. Oh, Blue, never apologize for that. Never apologize for that. But I'll leave stream open while I'm gone. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. That really helps a lot. So thank you, my friend. Why all these youthful faces? I want to be a grizzled farmer. Yeah, same. What I mean, just let us live. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I usually can't make characters that look like me. Is this the same floor? It's not. I usually can't make characters that look like me totally. At least let me have a beard. I'm trying to ignore the flashing lower room. I'm trying to find, where's this like, maybe, aha, perfect. I've been so ready to play Everdream. I've got it installed, but it keeps saying next update. It's very fun. I really enjoyed it. There's some, the animals are adorable. And the gameplay is really fun. I really liked it. I would love to see what they add to it more though. He was asking way too much of me. I needed a math proficient in there to help me out. I was no help. I just take the smile and wave approach. I'm pretty sure their message is just sitting in my request folder. And Gilmore, yes, we 100% need an apologize command. I actually thought about it yesterday. That is going to be I really should make something there. Gosh, I at least this person, I mean, they did keep messaging about the portfolio. At least this person was less like the last one who was like, can you look at it now? That's really annoying. The other person, this one just kind of left after some time. I think he just said, oh, I'll check that later. And they kind of just left. But gosh, they're like sometimes the worst. Oftentimes the worst. Did they ever fix Everdream for the PlayStation? They did. For those who didn't know, Everdream had an issue where... So the reason why we stopped, that's right. We didn't just fully drop off. It was because... Why is this not like... Maybe it's the under half as well. We stopped because there was a problem with... saves on PlayStation 5 where at some point, like if you did the wrong thing, it would stop saving after a certain point. Like even if you manually saved, it would always rewrite to a save from a previous point. And there wasn't like any way to get around it. And so I just was like, we're gonna wait for an update. They did eventually fix it, but I think we just moved on to something else by that point. Oh yeah, I'm super chill up until Pushiness starts, and I'm like, I feel my brain go, nah. Yeah. That is, I mean, 100%. 100%. And I don't know. I think at some point I've just been like, just so annoyed by them that I'm sort of like, no, just like I have no patience for them. So if somebody comes in, I'm like, I'm not nice to them whatsoever. I'm just like, leave. I know I don't want your art. Please no solicitations. You're banned. You're banned. And get out of here. So I don't know. I'm just not very. Which is funny though, because I'm very patient with everybody else. I don't know. I would say I'm a fairly patient person. I don't get really upset ever. I have like just a really high threshold of pain, I think. But for some reason, art bots, it stops there. Once you start trying to sell me art, then I'm like, no, okay, now we have a problem. This is the line. Just stop stealing from people and get a real job. Yeah. Well, even, I mean, to be fair, there are some people who are legitimate, but they still go around and like, the way they promote is they'll just go through a popular category and just go down the list, and they'll just start messaging people because again, it is a technical numbers game where eventually, if they ask enough people, statistically, they will get someone who says yes. And that is awful. I hate that. But it's just the way things work. Hi, it's Cal. I'm on my way back to Rushless to see what's going on. Yes. And there have been reports of volcanic activity across the entire Pacific Rim. It's not good. But it's a good movie. I like this one. This really doesn't sound good. No, it really doesn't. TBH. I think I'm in that weird phase of still not really knowing how things work around here, so I don't instinctually realize if they're an art bot or just having a chop. That's fair. But the solicitation is still pretty ooh, yeah. I think, do we have that in our chat rules? What are my chat rules? Can I see it from here? Switch to non-moderator settings. Let's see. View chat rules. What are my chat rules? Please treat others with honor and respect. We are a cozy, family-friendly stream. Please be mindful of what you say. No spammy comments, ads, or other stuff. Yeah, okay, so it's kind of generic, but yeah. So at least I can say, hey, you're not reading the rules. You're not reading the rules. Don't be spammy. You know. We've and so yeah, I mean, and I don't know. Luckily, you haven't had anyone like this yet, Pucks. But like, I think the reason why I also put like no spammy stuff and kind of left it generic. We've had sometimes. This was maybe more early on, but we've had people who've been like, "Hey, I'm streaming now. Just to let everyone know I'm streaming. You should come over." And it's like, hello? You're never here. You're never here to actually like be a part of the community. They like only show up to like promote. That's like super annoying. I hope you never have to deal with somebody like that, because it's annoying. Eventually I just stopped reading their messages aloud and they just stopped coming, I think, because it was kind of like or if they were promoting themselves, I wouldn't read the comment. I would just ignore it. And I think eventually they just stopped coming. Because I don't know, it's just like, don't be a doofus. Could you just not be a doofus? I would appreciate that. No doofuses. Lack of doofuses here, please. Unless I'm the doofus, and that's okay. It's me. I'm the doofus. I don't think I would know if someone is a bot. Yeah, well, I say bot. They're usually real people. It's just that I think I call them a bot because they're not really acting like a real person in a way. They just go into everyone's chat. Like if they're like an art bot person, what they do is they just send pretty much the same messages to each, like a whole bunch of streams. They might say, "Hey, I love the vibes. Can I show you my portfolio?" And it's like, what? Who are you? And so that's why that's the bot part of it, is that it's just so automated, but it's like there's somebody behind the account. And usually I honestly feel like it's a group of people or some kind of organization that is like, they have multiple employees using similar accounts, because I've looked at a bunch of them and they all use some of the same like domain names for things, even though it's like different name. I don't know, it's hard to describe. Definitely gonna put that in. Yeah, at the very least, sometimes it's nice to put it into a rules, even if you don't like even if you bend it occasionally, it's fine, because if someone then is like really egregious with it, you can then say, "Hey, just so you know, in the chat rules, it does say this." Like, just keep that in mind. Like, you know, if you could not self-promote, or if you could, like, you know, I think I've said this to people. I don't mind self-promotion when it's somebody who is like involved in the community, or it's clear that the reason why they're bringing it up is either because I've brought it up or because it's like a very natural fit in. Like, if we're talking about stream stuff and then someone says, "Ah, yeah, in my stream, blah, 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 blah." Like, that's like totally fair, right? I don't think the reasoning for bringing it up is not because they just want to say, "Hey, I'm a streamer." It's because that's just how conversations work. And you build off of each other. What? But like, if sometimes people are like, I don't know, like, you can tell that their reasoning for it, for bringing it up, is just so that they can like, they can self-promote. Like, it's so, I don't know. I've seen sometimes people be like, I don't know. I think we had somebody who used to come in a long time ago, and they say, they would say like, the only thing they would do is they would talk about their stream when they were here. So they would like never try to ask me how things were going or like try to talk to me. They would just be like, I don't know, they would just only talk about their stream, what they just played, what they are going to be playing here in just a few minutes. And or like trying to get people. They'd be like, what do you guys think I should play? And then, which is fine if, I don't know, if it was another scenario, if it was like Pucks, if it was Gizmo, if it was somebody else, somebody who's like a part of the community, and they're like, hey, I don't know what to play, do you have any suggestions or something? Totally would be like, let's drop everything, let's give them some suggestions. But if it's like somebody they've taken no time to try to, I don't know, be active, be a part of the community or something, or I don't know. There's like, I feel like there's a lot of lenience there, but I just started to eventually get sort of the ick feeling, if you will, where it was like, I feel like this person only comes in and they never want to just talk to me or the people in stream. It is anytime they're here, they're talking about their stream, and it seems sometimes like they're trying to like pilfer people away, like just be like, hey, I'm about to stream, guys. You should, come join me. Haha, here's a link. And I don't know. I just don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. But I don't know. But again, I like the people that, again, like there's so many people who are part of the community that stream that I would be like, yeah, absolutely. You can say whatever. I don't care. But it's because they've like, I don't know. They're involved. They're a part of the community. They're also like, I don't know. We have so many great streamers that are like in and around, and so I don't know. I think they're great, and you guys should follow them, and you guys should watch them. And now you have mods. True. We didn't have mods for a long time, actually. I didn't get mods until my second stream anniversary, right? Something like that, or like somewhere in between first and second. When did Emerson Secret joined on? Maybe it was a year into it, or a year-ish, year and a half. But yeah, it was like a very long time before we brought in mods, and then we just added a third. But that part of it is just because you guys are so chill, and the settings that I have on our stream are very conducive to like chiller people, I think. I've seen the buy followers one. That is a bot. When it just says buy follows now at whatever, or whatever, that is for sure a bot. It's not really like operated by a real person, really. Maybe there's somebody who like pushes a couple buttons, but you know. Yuck, I hate people like that. I get messages like that on my Instagram but there was a funny instance of it last week where part of their message read something like, this is just another one of those spam messages and it holds no weight to it, so please contact us ASAP if you're interested. And I died. Amazing. Hey, you know who streams Iron Puck? Wait, he does? Holy moly, I'm going there right now. Wait a minute. If that's true, if Iron Puck streams, that means if I shout him out, well, what do you know? Right at the top of the chat, it says, join us in following Iron Pucks? What? I mean, you might not see it, and if you don't see it, it's because you're following him, and that means you've made some great decisions. But if you do see it, look, there's like a little heart button. You should just click on it right there. Recently streamed, just chatting, Fabledom on Diablo 4. He was also playing Baldur's Gate. He was also doing lots of cozy stuff. We love Pucks. We love Pucks. Bye. Yeah, it's super clear when someone's trying to shill versus just, I don't know, talking about that thing that was part of their day. Yeah, totally. And that's the difference, is like you can very much tell when it's like, whether it's how they talk about it, or I try to make it a point not to say something about streaming if I can. Like, especially the first time I'm somewhere, I won't say something unless they do. And whether they bring it up or whatever. Or it feels natural. Like, it feels like a natural point in the conversation to bring it up. I even sometimes on my first, this is just a me thing because I'm anxious. When I go to someone's stream for the first time, I usually don't use my emotes because I don't want them to be like, oh, whose emotes are these? Oh, it's yours. I will try to use like only global emotes for the most part, or other people's. but I try not to because I don't want them to know sometimes. I feel like I mentioned it in the first stream that it was at Pux's. Yes, but I think it was because we were talking about goals or something, or like what. I think you asked me either what I do or like what kind of goals do I have or something. And I mentioned that I was like, well, also I stream and, you know, I'd like to, you know, do this. I'd like to do this. And so I think that's why. But it was like kind of only under that condition, sort of, that I was like, all right, I'll mention it. It's a trap. Pux is just consuming your life hours for nefarious purposes. I'd be okay with that. I'm fine with it. If you told me that you're like some kind of stream vampire and you somehow like absorb life force by people watching you or whatever, I would still watch. I don't care. I have such a great time over there. It's just such a fun time. I don't care if my life force is just being absorbed out of me. It's fine. Would have life absorbed again. He's got a fabulous mustache if you need more convincing. 100% true. And that's like his mustache is incredible, and it's like it only gets better from there. And I think that's what people should know. I think that's what people should know. Is that's just like the tip of the iceberg. He's a wonderful human. Honestly, guys, don't tell Pucks, but every conversation that I've had with him outside of like his stream, he is like one of the kindest people ever. Incredibly motivating, incredibly kind and thoughtful. He is like a real deal human person. Just so you know, in the case you're like, maybe it's just an act. Maybe it's an act that, you know, we don't. How are we supposed to know? We're being bamboozled. You're not being bamboozled. He's like a legitimately cool person. So you should, again, you guys should go. And I will show people out. We have so many amazing people that we've met over the years. Gizmo's another one of those people. I love Gizmo very much. He's just very cool. We have a lot of like things in common, but we're also very different too. But like we have a lot of similar tastes. And he's just cool. He's funny. I want to hang out with him. I want to listen to Anamanaguchi with him because we both like Anamanaguchi. And I don't know, but the mustache has a Pucks. No, that's not true at all. Top tier stash for a top tier human. Absolutely true. That is oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Forgot it was going to be blinding. I was like, where is this on the statue? And it's like, you guys are now blinded. One day my emails will accidentally get leaked and the world will see all my invoices for hiring you as official hype man. This is not paid promotion, just FYI. Wait, also, I need to make sure. I don't have branded content on, do I? I do! I have left this on for so long. I thought about it the other day. By the way, this stream is not branded content. I just turned it off. I forgot what game we got a code for, but I've left it on for every stream since then. And I've been meaning to remember, I need to turn that off. But the button, you have to scroll down to see it, and I keep forgetting. I don't think I can get in trouble for accidentally streaming with that on, but I know you can get in trouble if you have branded content and you don't click that. But no, Pugs has not hired me to say anything. This is just purely. But I will be your hype man. Actually, you don't even have to. I was gonna say if you want me to, or if you ask me to. Even if you don't ask me to, I will. But no. Again, The first time we're gonna keep talking about pucks because I don't know what else to talk about. The first time I was in Pucks' stream, I was like, looking around. I was looking at his about section, and I was like, certainly he has like a following somewhere, right? Like, he has like a YouTube channel maybe, or like, does he have like a TikTok or something? Because the stream was just so polished. Like, and the way he was talking and the way he was like interacting with people, I was like, certainly he has like a following elsewhere, because I have run into other streams where I check their about section and maybe like starting off, they've just started their Twitch channel, but on YouTube they're like huge. Like, they have a huge following there. And they've just started streaming, so like they don't have necessarily a ton of followers, and maybe not a lot of people watching them live. But if you go check their YouTube, they have like tens of thousands of subscribers, and their channels get like tons of, or the videos get tons of regular views. And the quality of stream and just like his talking and interacting with people, I was like, surely he has like a following elsewhere, and this is like he just now is like switching over to Twitch or something. And I looked around and I could not find anything. And then I think at some point, like, the bot or he posted his like social media stuff, and I was like, no, he's just starting off. This is weird. This is weird. Why is he so good at this? And then I just realized, no, he's just good at this. he's just good at things. And I took that personally. Jed will hype you whether you like it or not. Actually true. Especially if not. Not that I don't. He'll hype extra hard. That's actually fair. If I know that you don't like it, I will also hype extra hard. Because what are you gonna do? Get mad? I mean, you could. And in that case, that's fair. You could just tell me to stop. But will I? I've been known to annoy people. Look, once I feel something, it's hard for me to not like talk about it, That's what, like, remember the times where I've said that people have described me as being sort of like, people that know me like very well, have said I have an uncanny ability to display my true emotions at all times. Like, it's really hard for me to hide something, like if I'm frustrated or annoyed or whatever, or sad or whatever, people can just kind of tell. It's kind of that. I get sort of like, I don't know. I just get kind of, I don't know what the word is. I just can't hold it back. So you know what? Just know that this is a not paid promotion, but I do very much mean it. He's awesome, everybody. Gosh, I wish I had experience at Mouthworth thing. Pucks, I mean, imagine if you did, though. If you did, it would be unfair. It would just be, it would be unfair. I would submit.
Not so long ago, in the mysterious land of Toronto, Canada.
Wait. Gizmo, another top tier human. Oh, and super fun to hang out with. I don't know. Somehow I missed that. But Gizmo, welcome in. I don't know the context for this, but thank you. We were talking about you, Gizmo. We talked about you. But Pucks, you are incredibly good at mouth words. I don't know what you're. I mean, I don't know what you're thinking. Pucks is very good at like talking to people, and it seems like the way he has conversation flow is incredibly good. It is honestly much better than what I do, and I have already been trying to take pointers because the way that you have just a very good way. I am chatty and I can continue a conversation, but the way he talks to people is a different level, and I am trying to get better by watching his streams because he does it very, very, very well. It's different, and you guys are gonna say, "Oh, but you're so good." No, it's different. It's a different thing. I can tell. That's one of my strengths, is that I can tell when something is done very well. I am a developer. It's one of my strengths. I find the weaknesses, and I try to make actionable steps to those things. So you can say all you want, but I know that I can do better, and I can learn better, and I will. Or so help me. That seemed like a threat. Oh yeah, actually I was banned from Kick, so figured I'd settle for Twitch. The truth comes out. I knew it. He was one of the top streamers on Kick. He was gambling away. It all makes sense now. Not factual, yeah, I wouldn't believe that. I don't know the context for this, but thank you. Gizmo, we were talking about you. And I'll say it again, because I love you, Gizmo. But I was just saying how awesome you are, and that you're so good, and we love you as a streamer, and I love you as a person. And every time we're at your stream, we have fun. And you're so good at so many things, and people should follow you. And because you're just wonderful. And I said that you're super cool, and that I love that we have so many things in common, even despite being different people. Like, we have a lot of similar tastes to things, and I don't know, everybody, Gizmo's awesome. If you don't follow him, you should, because we do love a Gizmo. And as should you. Good game, Magizmo. Good gum, Magizmo. But yeah, we love Gizmo. But yeah, I was just talking about you because you're super cool and you're a good streamer, and you also talk to people very well. And I think you're like very funny, and the way you like interact with people, I feel like, here's my observation, is I feel like people very quickly like Gizmo. Like, I feel like it doesn't take long for, like, when viewers come in, I feel like immediately they're just like, Gizmo's great. And they like join in very, very fast. That's my observation. I am like, I think for most people, and again, you guys are gonna say no, but it's fine. Look, just trust me on this. I have enough self-awareness. I feel like, and this isn't knocking me or anything, I think this is just kind of a factual thing. I am more like, how do I describe myself? I am more like, what is a good thing? But it like, I'm more of an acquired taste, I think. Some people, I think, will find me and be like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. For a lot of other people, I think I have to warm up to them, sort of. And I think it's because part of my just personality, and I'm kind of weird in that I'm like, I feel like I'm funnier once you kind of get to know me, but I am sort of awkward-ish and kind of like more serious maybe a lot of times. Like, I will laugh, I will say jokes. You guys know I love my jokes, but I am more of like I'm just a little bit more reserved, I think. And so, I don't know. I think it just kind of takes people a few times to finally be like, oh wait, no, he actually is kind of nice. He is fourth material. So I think it just sort of like takes people, and I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, you're being too hard on yourself. It's not true. That's kind of how people interact with me outside of streaming as well. So I think it's something that I've just noticed as a thing. But I'm trying to get better. And like I said, Puck's very good. If you're somebody who wants to learn how to like maybe get better at keeping a conversation flowing, Puck's is an excellent person to do that. Like very good at that. Gizmo is very good, I think, at like, I think Gizmo wins people over very quickly. It just I don't know, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint why, in my opinion. Like, it's kind of just like all of it. It's the full package. It's like the way you talk to people. Like, the way you talk to people is different than I think a lot of people talk to people. It's different the way that I talk to people. But you're like funny, and you're like very winsome in the way that you talk to people. And so I think, I don't know. I think you're just very good at what you do, and so I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to like figure out how I can do things better. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to think about maybe what it is. But I just noticed, it's an observation of mine, is that when I'm there, it seems like someone will say hello, and then all of a sudden they're like just the most active chatters ever. And I think you just bring that out in people. I think you have a tendency to like bring out and like kind of let people feel very much a part of things very fast. So I don't know. That's my observations. I haven't really been reading chat, so hold on. Let me just scroll down a little bit. All the words being had. Absolute lies. I'm over here writing copious notes. Well, I'm the one taking notes, Putz, because it's not lies. I wouldn't say it if it was a lie. And I think you guys know. I have been actively watching your stream, not because of this, but it's one of those things that I've noticed, like, since I've in all of your streams, I've just been like, Pux is very good at like keeping people engaged and also like I think you're good at making people feel comfortable very fast. But the way you ask people questions and the way you talk to them is unique, I think. And it's in a good way. Like, it's not everyone has that same flow of conversation. I would say when I get into a flow, I'm there. I can hit a zone where I conversation is flowing very well. It kind of depends also how much of a conversation I already have planned. Like, I've noticed, this is all meta stuff, and I don't necessarily enjoy talking about meta stuff all the time, but or on stream anyways, but like I've noticed when I have jury duty stories, I think you guys seem a lot more interested in the topic, and I think it's part of it's because I'm excited and I have stuff to talk about or whatever. The days where maybe I don't have stuff to talk about and I'm trying to like actively look for a conversation, like I'm looking for news or whatever that I think you guys might find interesting, I feel like I don't do as well. But I think there are ways that even if I didn't have stuff planned, I could get better at like being a better conversationalist. The thing is also I am much better of a conversationalist one-on-one. My main situations in like hanging out with people is typically one-on-one, and that's because I like asking people questions and being very like, oh, how was your day? Oh, wow, that's interesting. How did that make you feel? Tell me about this. Like, all of my questions are more geared towards like a one-on-one dynamic, and it doesn't fully always work very well in like a chat setting where you have a ton of people talking at once. And so I don't know. It's just different. So I need to kind of develop my skills in a more of like a group context, I think. And it's not like I'm afraid of public speaking or like group speaking. I can get on a stage and talk to people just fine. But it's more of like keeping a conversation flowing amongst a group of people versus one-on-one. I'm great at one-on-ones. Love listening to people, love asking questions, love asking like big, intentional, deep questions, that kind of stuff. And that kind of translates sometimes to this, but I think there's ways that I can do better. But anyway, Pux is excellent at keeping a flow going. Gizmo is very good at like, kind of, I feel like bringing in people very quickly, and like kind of capturing their attention very fast. And it's just, I think part of it is Gizmo is incredibly funny, and just the way he says things, and then the way he laughs at certain things, it's very funny. That's what, I don't know. It's one of the reasons why I feel like very quickly I was like, oh, Gizmo's awesome. Anyway, Puck says those absolute lies, but he's the liar. I want you to know that. And then Gizmo says lies. Jet is the awesome one. Sorry, there were typos, Gizmo. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know. I'm still catching up with chat, so I don't know if you're still here. But I just wanted to at least point out to you there are some typos. Oh no, no need for the shout out. Thank you for oh no, I will shout you out. I will. In fact, I'm going to shout you out again, just in case there's some. I feel like everyone here knows Gizmo, but in case you don't, if for some reason you don't know Gizmo, you should go click on that link because he's awesome. We love him. I feel the complete opposite, really. I will, as an outsider, let me tell you that you're wrong. Because I am fairly confident in this. I've seen multiple times where I'll just be like, I'm like lurking or whatever, and I'm just like, dang, the Riz Gizmo has. And I've never said that. Even like I've just never said Riz, to be honest. But no, Gizmo, I feel like those who've been in his streams, you could probably pick up on the fact that like Gizmo is very like, I don't know. I feel like people kind of gravitate towards him and his community very quickly, and I don't know. I feel like he just brings in really like cool people, but like he's very cool and very funny, and like I don't know. You guys know him. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, Gizmo, Jet stole your line. You didn't have to do that. I did because he's cool, and I have to steal his things. It's fine. My liars are on retainer for that very reason. I didn't feel that way at all, but I trust your instinct. I do have good instinct. I think I was in the first category. I found your stream and immediately felt right at home. Now I can't leave. You see? Funny looking. Lies. Lies. But you see, yeah, Sassy said it perfectly. Meta pigeon, coo. Yeah, I don't necessarily always like talking about like Twitch meta and whatever, how I feel about certain things, but I can't help it. Like as one of my strengths, according to Strengths Finder, is a developer, meaning that I can sort of see. And I think this is generally true of me. I'm very good at picking out, like, this is something that's being done very well. This is something that is not being done very well. And this is how it can get better. Or this is an example of someone who's doing something particularly well or whatever. And so I want to try to emulate this or that. Or, you know. When I started off streaming, I would watch just a lot of different streamers. And part of it was, like, seeing what worked for them. And what I would think might work for me, but also seeing what didn't work for people, and what I would try to avoid doing. But even sometimes it was seeing like, this person does this very well. I could never do this though. Like it would never, it's just either not my personality, or I think if I tried to do that, it would be too forceful. Like it wouldn't be very natural. And so that's like just not something I'm gonna really engage with. I'm going to do something else. I want to do something else that just wouldn't work for me. But it was just a way to get ideas. But I feel like that's just one of my things. I can do that pretty well. And that helps me with like design stuff, is seeing like, this looks all right. It could look a lot better. Like how would I make that better? How would I design this in a way that makes a lot more sense, or I think people would like blah blah blah. But I absolutely feel that one-on-one thing. I think that's been the biggest adjustment I've been having to make in trying this whole streaming thing. Really, that's interesting. It can be because it's different. Talking to someone one-on-one is it's different. It's kind of a different set of skills, because some people hate one-on-one conversations. But I think part of me, I really enjoy getting to know people on like very deep levels. I actually tend to not be very good in real settings, in like in-person social settings. I'm not super good at being very like surface level conversation. That's not my strong suit. I think because I like to go into deep conversations really fast, and some people don't like that. I learned sometimes I need to like pull back on the reins a little bit, because sometimes people find that very off-putting. But and I'm not just talking about chocolate. They find it off-putting. So I have to learn how to like kind of navigate those situations better. I think having those skills can be very like learning how to be kind of more not surfacey. That's not the right word, but like there's a way to be a conversationalist that's more of like a general, like I'm including everybody. Some people are very good at that. Like if you've ever been to a party or like a big social setting where there's somebody who's like kind of leading the conversation, but is like kind of including everyone, but they're like kind of the host sort of and all of that. That's not necessarily skills that I have as much, but like that would be a skill that would translate very well into streaming because you're essentially hosting people. You've invited them into your cozy space and you're like trying to be the like, I don't know. It's just tough. I think you do real good though. You give everyone's words the attention. I try. I think that's something that at least I can do. I know they say not to read in general, I will say, I've heard a lot of advice say not to read everyone's comments out loud. At this point, that's just sort of what I think I have to do in order to sort of process what I'm reading and then be able to like come up with something that makes sense. But so I try to wean off of that every once in a while. I'll be like, you guys will sometimes see me not read everything in a stream, and then the next stream I'm back to normal. But I don't consider myself funny at all, but I also don't feel like you're lying, so I'm struggling here. I'm not lying, Gizmo. You're incredibly funny. I don't know what to say about that, really. Besides the fact that I feel like everyone here would say that, who's been to your streams, would say that you're hilarious. I think I vouch on that. I was lurking in Giz's drawful goodness the other day. Gizmo is just very naturally very funny. And I think sometimes you try to be like corny funny, and I mean I think you are corny funny at times, but like you're just very like, I don't know. The way you just very naturally also like laugh at either yourself or at like things in games or whatever, and that I think makes other people laugh. And I don't know. I just think you're very funny. You're very, very funny. Oh no, I was completely exhausted. That's the best part. Square, welcome back, Square. We're talking just Twitch meta stuff. I don't know if it's super interesting, but welcome in, Square. I love you. I mean, olive juice. I think I was two, so it was the goods. I'm a chronic lurker though, so I see people in all their states. That's a good way to do things though. Sometimes it's nice just to sit back and like observe. I wish I had the ability to do that IRL. I'd love to be able to watch a bunch of teachers who are supposedly really great at doing certain things in the classroom so I can see if those things would work with my personality style of teaching. Sadly, the educational system isn't set up to allow teachers to do that. Yeah, that's really rough. That is kind of a benefit in this, is that you get to kind of like compare and sort of like, and not, well, I wouldn't say compare. Comparison isn't necessarily great. Thief of joy, etc. But like, I would say it's not comparison for comparison's sake. It's like, or at least I'm not. I'm usually looking at something and being like, how can I do this better? And what can I learn from this? I think you can learn from every streamer, whether they're like, they have 1 billion active viewers or they have 1. You can learn so much from people. And there are some people who have like, 2 active viewers average and have been doing it for years, and they're like very charismatic and have like great like talking skills and whatever. It just is like sort of the luck hasn't hit them quite yet. And then there are some people that you can watch who have like, they're a partner or whatever, and you'll be like, but how? But how did they get to this point? Because they completely ignore chat, or they like just don't, I don't know, like it can be very different, in which at the very least I think it's comforting to know that there are there are enough people watching that you can find your people, and it just takes time and whatever. But I don't know, you can learn things from everyone, whether it's how to do something, what not to do, what you would like to be able to do, what you know that you would never want to do, even though it works for them. You can learn so much. Let's see. But yeah, that would be dope if they had that for different professions and stuff, because that would be interesting. I think you're incredibly authentic and hold a group conversation very well. You also take genuine interest in chat and are passionate about the stream. That's why you're great at what you do, and I love it here. Gizmo! I appreciate that, and thank you. I want to be authentic and you know, be genuine in how I interact with people. I can't, it's very hard for me to like stifle things. Pucks can attest to that. It's very hard for me to like keep things cool and under wraps and be like, I don't know, a different version of myself. So I this is what you get, whether you like it and or not. Off-putting over here. Okay, I'm catching up. I'm better at one-to-one than big groups. I've always said any more than 2 people in myself, and I struggle. And even in that, I can struggle too, because if people are loud, yeah, that can be tough. I think for me, sometimes it's like with smaller groups, it allows me to sort of manage the situation better. I feel like I can give my attention a bit better. If it were ever a hypothetical situation that me and somebody were at lunch together, or we went to go get a meal, I am also I always put my phone away, like whether it's on the booth seat and it's just like face down, or in a pocket or whatever. I won't pull out my phone pretty much ever, just because I want to like dedicate my attention to that person, I guess. And that's just like a habit that I've had for a long time. But olive juice, gross. Actually, I hate olives. I think what I've picked up on over the years is that people find my idiosyncrasies funny, and to an extent, I find the humor of that too, and can lean into a bit of that on stream. Maybe that's the humor. Also, I like puns. You're very punny, that's for sure. And that could be true. I mean, in which case, I still feel like it. I mean, certainly works for you, because I think. I do see you do laugh at yourself or situations, or if you like you did something in a game, you laugh at that. I think you also like you pick up on really funny things in games that I think some people might not. That I don't know. I think it's just very fun. It's very fun to watch you, because you are very funny, but you bring a sense of humor to it. I think it gets people laughing. It gets the people going. The annoying thing is that the system claims they not only allow it but make it happen, but I 100% disagree. Student teaching taught me nothing about what it takes to be a teacher. Yeah. Also depends who you're like watching while you're a student teacher, etc. Gilmore, lurk. As fascinating as this conversation is, it's late. I'm going to bed. Yeah, absolutely. I know it's getting late for so many of you. So do not feel like you guys need to stay up. But Gilmore, thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're, at the very least, we're very lucky to have found so many awesome, like, people and streamers and stuff. That's why, like, that 2 weeks or whatever, I pretty much only rated Gizmo. Was because I was like, you know what? Gizmo's on, and he's amazing. So let's just go over and hang out with him. Why go anywhere else? Why make friends with other people when that was nuts? Why make friends with other people when we can just go to a place that we know we'll have a good time? Because I know that if I raid Gizmo, people will have a good time. So I don't know. It's fun. It's great. And I'm learning so much. I think that's also the thing, that if you're a streamer or if you're interested in streaming or whatever, I would say big thing is like, make sure you're like willing to learn and figure out, you know, and adapt to different things. But I don't know, there's just so much that I think you can learn from how people do things, and I would say Gizmo is a great person for that. I would say Pugs is a great person for that. Because, yeah, you guys are both really, really good at what you do. That Square guy is a great person for that. Don't know if you're still here, you're Square. But luckily, Square has actually, he's going to be like, oh, but I don't stream. But he highlighted so many of his streams, you can go back and watch them. And I did that, actually, the other day. I went back and I watched some of his streams. I watched a bunch of his clips. And I sent him one of the clips that I had sent. I think it was very early on when I was watching Square. And I said, in his chat, I said, one of my biggest regrets is that I'll never be as cool as Square. And he said, and in response, he said, you're right. Or something like that. It was very funny. And to be fair, he was wearing like maybe not a Hawaiian shirt, but like kind of like a button-down pattern shirt. Had glasses. He had sunglasses on. He looked dope. Sounds like something I would say. It was amazing. Oh, I go back and watch them all the time. He's great. Don't listen to him. Everyone should watch his VODs. Yeah, absolutely. He's great. B Gifter, by the way, is in part because of Square. I don't know if I ever told you that. Did I ever tell you that? That B Gifter is sort of like in response to you. You inspired B Gifter. Do you know that? No, I didn't know that. It's the truth. Because of your, you had, that's awesome. I love B Gifter. Yeah. It's because you had that, thing where when somebody would either like gift a certain amount or something, you would do the like, well, you had like the dance of more Lego, but then you had the thing that was like, if it was a certain amount, I don't remember what the limitations were, but it was like occasionally if it was big enough, you would do the blue screen, and then it would be like Darcy calling tech support, and it was like, if your Square is broken or whatever, please dial blah blah blah, and then it was like in space, and then like then it was you. I loved that part. I think the part the blue screen happened and then you were like in space and stuff, I was like, oh, I see. I see now. This is a dope thing. I get it now. And so yeah, I made B Gifter because of that, because I was like, $100 for the blue screen, trippy thing. Yeah. So I think my thought process was, okay, I really like having the idea of rewarding things, because we've always like, we've always done, like if someone gives something, it's me saying thank you and whatever, which is, I feel like bare minimum. But I was like, I feel like there should be something that separates bigger donations from smaller ones. And that's not to like, you know, like, I mean, they are legitimately worth more, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that it's one is better than the other or whatever, but it's more like they just did a big thing. You kind of maybe should do a bigger thing as a thank you, right? And I was like, that was purely because of your stuff. And so that's how big B Gifter was born. Was I want to make sure that people get an appropriate size thank you based on their gift, I guess. But let's see. Then I commissioned a new song with a few different durations for 5 sub, 10 sub. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, same here. I wanted to make it a bit more of an event. Then you just straight up stopped streaming. Yes. Oh no. He needs more. You see, that's the thing. Is the new thing is if we he won't come back until we've subbed a certain amount, you know? I got too lazy. That's also fair. That's also fair. You also recently got married, moved to a different city, so therefore have a different job and etc. So like, I don't know, or maybe actually, or wait, do you have the same job, but it's just different now, I guess. So anyway, that is to say, I don't blame you because you've had a crazy year. Same job, but I commute 4 hours for it now. Huh? I wonder. I wonder if it's less laziness and more also just like you've got a lot of life stuff going on. So basically, life happened. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it's very understandable. As much as I want a Square stream, I know that all good things in time. Pretty much. But anyway, yeah, so like, yeah, I love watching people and then being like, you see, I need to do something like this or have some kind of, I don't know, I just need to get better. People are just so good at what they do. I don't know. It's fun. I'm glad, like, you know, I want to surround myself with people who are better than me, and I feel like I'm doing that. I feel like we have like so many awesome streamers that are a part of the community, and so many. I mean, there are just so many awesome people around. But like, at least for someone like me who is a streamer who wants to get better at it, we have so many awesome streamers who are around that are even very unique to each other, and so we get like play different games, have different communities. Like we only have as a family-friendly streamer, we only have a few other family-friendly streamer friends, really. And I mean, I learned so much from like non-family friendly streams or whatever. I know sometimes Gizmo will, when we raid him, he'll be like, "I'm sorry, I'm not family friendly." Every time I'm just like, "Don't apologize. You don't even worry about it. I'm just here because I have fun here, and I want other people to have fun." Wait, let's see. Sorry, I've been lurking, but Jane, phone call. You don't have to apologize. I've got to step away to attend to the pressing life things. It's been great seeing y'all. I'm going to be lurking out. Have a great stream of Time Zone Zombies. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for hanging out. By the way, friends, if you don't know, if you've not been listening for some reason, I can't promise you that this is the last time I'll do it this stream, but go follow Pugs. Aussie streamer, wonderful mustache, even better human. We love Pugs. Go follow him. He's awesome. Or I will fight you. And as we've discussed, I do fight dirty. So just know that you're in for a treat, not a treat. Just know that you'd rather follow. I do that. I know, Gizmo. But every time it's like, do you not know, like, or do you not think I know where we're rating? And the thing is, yeah, it's every time, like, we have a blast there. You don't need to apologize. You don't need to warn anybody. I feel like most of the people who watch me watch you already. They're already lurking over there when I raid in. It's it's more because I'm going to be there anyway. So let me just save me some bandwidth and let's get over there. And Augie, we love Pugs though. He's a Brisbanean. Just amazing. Love Pugs. I didn't see the gift. I do know, it's for your audience, but also I like to consider myself family friendly, just with swears and sad thoughts. I mean, I'm that, but just with the sad thoughts. Gizmo. Sassy got me this. Bum ba bum. It's a diorama of Super Mario RPG. I was like, I'm gonna tell Gizmo that I have merch from the better Mario Excuse me, Mario RPG. But look at that, look at that, the 3D-ness of it all. The dioramification of Super Mario RPG, I love it. It looks so cool. Look, you can see that. Like, it even looks good from like this angle too. Like, it's dope. You can tell from this side where I'm looking that the characters are like kind of leaning. And so I guess it's so that like when you're looking at it from a sort of more top-down perspective, it gives like a sense of depth. It's actually very cool. It's really crazy how this works. And I can't tell what this is like printed on. But anyway, it's super neat. Oh, it did! Anamanaguchi! We love Anamanaguchi. The shadow box? I know, right? That's so cool. I love this so much. It's so good. But gosh, yeah, no. We could just listen to some Gucci. I do love me some Anamanaguchi. But yeah, I don't know. We have just so many good people around, and I love it. It's crazy to me, like how great of people we've found over the years, and I feel like that's one of my favorite parts of having streamed is like just the. Sometimes you just find people and you mesh with them so well, and you're just like, this is just cool. I like this. Your community here is incredible. I big agree. Very big agree. By the way, reminder for people, tomorrow there's a big, I have a big announcement tomorrow. Big announcement. You're gonna not want to miss it. Not gonna want to miss this. But yeah, we do have an awesome community. I can't remember who was saying, we were saying this yesterday, maybe, but I mentioned the PS5, or someone mentioned the PS5, and I was like, yeah, the community bought it for me. And they're like, whoa, you have an incredible community. And I was like, I know. I know, the community's incredible. Tell me about it. I was so afraid that it would just never get to you, so it's great that it got there and that you like it. It looks super cool. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait to put it on a shelf. Maybe I'll go. Well, I wonder what time like Home Depot and stuff opens. I really want to get a shelf, so that way, just like a board. All I need is a board, but I need them to cut it if they do that, because I have no way to like. I have no way to cut wood stuff. So I don't know. If you've ever been to like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or something and got them to manually cut something for you, let me know. Because I want to know if that's a thing and how to do that, really. The thing is, I don't even know what dimensions I want, so I would just be like, I need you to cut this down. Okay, what length? Oh! I don't know. But anyway, friends, also thank you guys so much for like hanging out and chatting. I kind of want to just finish this because it's getting late for you guys. It's now midnight on the East Coast. We will I just kind of want to finish maybe this like the atrium inner ceiling, and then oh, you know what I should do? I need to have that. And then we'll probably stop it there. Because I need to have some food. I also have work to do tonight. Yeah. I gotta get ready for tomorrow for the big announcement. Very excited. I did, Sassy. Thank you so much for the pizza yesterday. I did go get it. Actually, I will say, pizza turned out like perfect. Like even more so than usual. I'm gonna have way more today and tomorrow. So thank you very much. Oh, good. Yes, absolutely. No, I had nothing to eat, so I'm very grateful. I can tell there are a lot of tourists in town because Moose's Tooth is like a tourist destination spot also because people hear that the pizza's very good, you know, it being the #1 highest grossing non-chain pizza restaurant in the United States, etc. And I can tell the tourists are here for the summer. I mean, the summer's almost over, but like I can tell that there are so many tourists here. It's very funny. I wear a jacket all the time just because I get cold and I don't know, I like jackets. But it's funny because you can tell like there are some people who are like bundled up and it's like everyone else, all the Alaskans here are sweating, but you see people who are like, woo, it's so chilly. I'm like, guess the tourist. This is one of my favorite songs on this playlist, and it also makes me want to kind of play like Deltarune or Undertale. There we go. I don't actually know how connected the two are. I'm assuming they're like that Deltarune is like a sequel, but I don't actually know if that's true. We actually dropped below 70 tonight, so it's getting colder. Wow. It's actually been raining all this week here, and so we're starting to get a little bit cooler. I did see it's going to drop into the 40s, not this weekend, but next weekend, apparently. But we'll see how long that lasts. Oh wait, these aren't. No, okay, they're all. What else? I am very excited about tomorrow, though. I think you guys will be too. I thought about maybe making a video for tomorrow, but I sort of also think that that's like overkill. But I don't know. Maybe it's not overkill. Maybe it's what this needs. So who knows? You'll see, though. You'll see what I'm talking about. I can't tell. Where's the line here? Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. Honestly, hold on. Do I have stone? I do. Okay. Outer seal. Really, I'm just trying to get the inner seal, but... so close. Also, I was totally wasting soap there. I see the spots we're missing. But yeah, I'm gonna have some pizza after this because I haven't. Wait, see, so I tried the Slime Rancher demo today. The slimes kept escaping and eating all the chickens. No! Are you playing the first one? So. Yes. Okay. So the pens that the slimes are in, one, you can get a roof. Second one doesn't have dim. Right, I guess it's technically early access still. The pens can get like an upgrade where you can put a roof on it, so they can't bounce out unless they are, it's overfilled and they are upset. If they are the more hungry they are, the more agitated they get. They'll look kind of upset and they start bouncing around more. So you can I would probably just start off with the pink slimes because they're the easiest to manage, but just getting them and feeding them a whole bunch. Maybe mixing them with another one so that you are getting double plorts. But oh no, that's their last stone. Guess I won't use it now. Where is oh, man. Come on. Eh. Okay. Forgot what I was gonna say. I don't remember. Anyway, it's fine. Those were the ones that were escaping. I'd leave to get more fruit to feed them, come back. How many were in the pen? Also, I don't know. I guess, okay, so 10 maybe? That might be too many, especially if you have, do you have the second wall upgrade or is it a short wall? I guess the starting pen might have, it might be a tall wall. Can't remember. I can't remember how it starts. It's the first pen. I don't remember what the first pen is like. So I would look, so there's like a little computer by each pen. I would recommend going to that. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Going to that pen, or I'm sorry, that computer and seeing what upgrades are available for it. If there are, upgrades cost much. Yeah. So like, yeah, it's tough. You can either like, just make sure you're selling all of the poops, and just focus on, even if it's just focusing on a specific type, like the pink ones or whatever, or mixing them with another one, so that you're getting double plorts every time they eat. Just do that to sell and kind of do that repeatedly until you can start buying more pens and more upgrades for each pen, because then you can do then you can start doing you can just start having more upgrades and stuff. So yeah, it's just focus on getting monies. Money. Turn this off. Another tip that I would mention, I mentioned this to Pucks when he was playing Slime Rancher 2, which was that if you so having like a constant flow of chickens is really difficult. There are some slimes that only eat meat. What you can do if they eat something that's very rare is mix them with something that eats like fruits or veggies. So like if you have a meat eater, mix it with something that is a veggie eater or a fruit eater, so that you don't have to worry about chickens. You can just continually do the fruit and the veggies. There's like a garden plot you can get, so that way you can like it kind of always have like a constant supply of like fruits or veggies, whatever. I'll give it another try later. I only played for about an hour today. I hope you enjoy it though. I think once you get the hang of it, it's very addicting. And I think Pucks kind of saw that too when he was playing. it was like, I think at first it was like, all right, there's a lot going on. And then suddenly he hit a groove where it was like, wait a minute. I am now the ranch king, you know, the slime rancher king. I found a big cat slime that wanted the chickens, but the pink slimes kept eating them. Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I think anytime, I can't remember what I mixed the cat ones with, but like, I remember starting, especially towards the end, I would try to mix kind of based on their diets just to make it easier, because it is not easy sometimes. Okay. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I find that you are awesome. And I enjoy all of the conversations and things. I actually think, you know what? We're going to just stop today. I'm not going to raid out. I'm kind of tired. And I'm not going to be hanging around for much longer, like, because I need to eat and work and stuff. So, I get ready for the announcement tomorrow. So, friends, if you don't know, tomorrow, big announcement. You'll want to be here. I think you'll be excited. But thank you for streaming and unboxing the gift. Absolutely. Sassy, thank you so much for the gift. That was amazing. I love it. I can't wait to showcase it. One, also, Square, thank you so much for the resub today. I appreciate it. Also, apparently I didn't reset the goal from yesterday because we only had one, not two. But thank you, everybody, for being here, hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. It's been fun hanging out. We'll try to be here for the thing. Yeah, it's gonna start earlier tomorrow, but we'll see how long we go. But it'll still be later. So I'm thinking we might start like 1 to 2 my time. So 7 or 6 hours ago, 6 or 7 hours ago. From currently. So, because I still have jury duty, I still have stuff to do when I get home, but then we can start streaming. It won't be this late. We started at like 5:30 my time, so 5 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern. Exactly. There we go. But friends, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate all of the chats, everyone who was hanging out for and chatting, and I hope you guys don't mind the Twitch talk and also the hype man part of me that emerges whenever I'm like, I have awesome friends and they do awesome things, and I want everybody to go show them some love because they're working so hard and they're doing the things and they're just the best. But friends, thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate all of you, I'm just grateful that you guys are even here, so thank you. I get to live vicariously through all of you streamers. I'm glad that you're here, Sassy. Thank you again for the gift. It was amazing. So thank you so much. But friends, that is it for me today. I will see you tomorrow with a big announcement. And I don't anticipate ever streaming. That's fair. Not everyone has to, We appreciate you too. Thank you, Vix. I appreciate it. Oh man, I go have lunch and I get back and you're finishing. No. It's okay, Square. But it was so good to see you and hang out with you. We got a big announcement tomorrow. A very big announcement. I'm very excited about it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day or evening. Get some sleep if you guys are sleepies. But I will see you guys tomorrow.